It was a quiet night in Beverly Hills, August 20th, 1989. Inside one of the most lavish mansions in the area, a brutal scene was unfolding. Gunshots rang out, echoing through the luxurious halls. Jose Menendez, a powerful Hollywood executive, and his wife Kitty were gunned down in cold blood. They were sitting in their den, watching TV, completely unaware of the horror that awaited them. When the police arrived, what they found was carnage. Jose had been shot point-blank in the back of the head, his body riddled with bullets. Kitty, shot in the face, chest, and legs, lay sprawled across the couch, barely recognizable. It was a slaughter, one of the most gruesome murders Beverly Hills had ever seen. The investigation began, but the clues led nowhere. Jose had powerful enemies in the business world. Maybe this was a mob hit, maybe some disgruntled associate seeking revenge. The police were baffled. No signs of forced entry, no robbery, nothing out of place. But as weeks went by, attention turned toward the Menendez brothers, Eric and Lyle. They had been devastated at their parents' funeral, crying uncontrollably, seemingly broken by the loss of their parents. But something strange happened next. Instead of mourning, the brothers went on a spending spree, a huge one. They bought Rolex watches, expensive cars, clothes, and even a restaurant. In total, they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the months following the murders. It was odd, suspicious even. But there was no evidence tying them to the crime. Not yet. Then, the breakthrough. 6 months later, a shocking confession came from Eric Menendez. Racked with guilt, he confessed to his therapist. He said it was he and his brother, Lyle, who killed their parents. But what followed was even more shocking than the murders themselves. The brothers claimed they didn't kill their parents for the money or the lifestyle, but out of fear. They painted a chilling picture of a childhood filled with abuse, an abusive father who they said sexually assaulted them for years. Jose, according to their testimony, was a tyrant. And their mother, Kitty? She turned a blind eye to it all. Lyle and Eric said they felt trapped, desperate. They claimed their father had threatened to kill them if they ever revealed the abuse. So one night, in an explosion of fear and rage, they killed him. And their mother, too, they said, had to go. She was complicit in their suffering. But this was where the case divided America. Was this truly a story of survival? Of two broken boys fighting back after years of torment? Or were they cold-blooded killers, driven by greed, hungry for their parents' fortune, and unwilling to wait for their inheritance? The trial was a spectacle. Broadcasted live, the Menendez brothers took the stand, describing their father's horrific abuse in graphic detail. It was raw, it was emotional, and for many, it was believable. But the prosecution wasn't buying it. They argued that the abuse defense was just a ploy, a calculated move to avoid the consequences of their crime. They pointed to the months of lavish spending after the murders. The brothers, they said, were motivated by one thing: money. In the end, the jury didn't believe the abuse defense. In 1996, both Eric and Lyle were convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. They would never walk free again. But even today, the story of the Menendez brothers continues to haunt the public consciousness. Were they truly victims, pushed to the edge by years of unimaginable abuse? Or were they master manipulators crafting a tale of victimhood to escape justice? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. What do you think? Was it desperation or greed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the world's most shocking mysteries right here on Knowledge Hub.